Let's see, where's my clock on my computer? I don't know if it's actually 4 o'clock yet or not.
It is now 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock,
I'll be
okay.
your clock.
Then I'm going to call to order the hearing on the application of Kathleen Longo and Timothy Drone at 55 Franklin Street, dated May 27th, 2025, seeking a special permit of variance to build a 14-foot by 21-foot covered deck at the rear of the existing structure. The property is located in a Residence C zoning district. The proposed deck would be built 4.5 feet from the right side lot line, whereas the Milton zoning bylaw Article 10, Section 275-10.3A, whoops. 3A, sorry, no, we're not going to put, requires that new buildings or portions of buildings be set back a minimum of 10 feet from the side lot line. My name is Virginia Donahue King. I'm the zoning administrator and member of the Board of Appeals, and I'll be deciding this case this afternoon in just a few minutes after we have the evidentiary portion of the hearing. In the file, I have the denial letter of the for a building permit because of the problem with the 4.5 foot setback rather than 10. I have a plot plan of the locus showing where the proposed deck would be. And then I have also plans showing schematics and how that's going to look with the house.
Yes.
And I also have, very importantly, letters from your neighbors to the right and to the left at 49 Franklin Street and 61 Franklin Street in Milton. We are writing to confirm our support of the proposed covered deck by Timothy Drone and Kathleen Longo, located at 55 Franklin Street, Milton, Mass. 02186. We do not object to this proposal or the draft illustrations below. Reference appeal case number 2875, which this is. So we thank everybody for submitting that information and their opinion on this. So I'm going to, when people speak, I would ask them to state their name and their address, so we have a nice record of everybody that's participating today. And with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Drone to explain a little bit about what the plans are and the needed relief, and see what we can do for you today.
Yes. Thanks very much. Timothy Drone at 55 Franklin Street, Milton, Mass. 02186.
Could you speak up a little more? I'm having trouble hearing.
Sure. Timothy Drone at 55 Franklin Street. The property in question, Milton, Mass. 02186. I'm here to represent the property owner. As the property owner, my wife, Kathleen Longo, unfortunately is taking care of our newborn son, so she's unable to join us today.
Congratulations.
Thanks. He's is our first. So we're
Double
having
congratulations.
Yes. He's 6 weeks old. He'll be 7 weeks old this week. So it's been a really fun couple of weeks. So it's nice to start a family and have welcome our newborn son into the world. So thank you. I think you did a great job, Ms. Donahue King, of summarizing kind of the situation, I'll call it. I've engaged a contractor to propose and to propose on the construction of this covered deck. He did apply for a permit, certainly recognized that the proposed design is in violation of the bylaw with the 10 feet setback of the side yards. So this is, an appeal for some relief of this bylaw. And yes, I have engaged with my direct neighbors on the left and right side of me, Maureen Finn and Donnie's Poon, who have both signed that letter up in support.
Could you hold on 1 second? We're
Sure,
having a noise problem here that I want to take care of.
Okay.
sorry about that. Far be it from me to tell my husband to stop unloading the dishwasher because he's making too much noise, but I wanted to make sure I heard you
Sure,
clearly.
sure. No problem at all. No problem at all. As I was saying, I did engage my neighbors on the left and right side of us, and they did indicate and sign a letter of support. I showed them the same documentation that you have in front of you that just kind of articulates the proposed design, and what would be in place, and did notify more specifically the Poons, which is the side at which I would be requesting some relief. So they're in full awareness of the proposed deck and have no objections to what would be constructed. Any further questions that you have at this time about just kind of the intention?
No, that I just wanted to make sure that you would be actually constructing it according to the specifications that are in the materials that you've submitted to the Board of Appeals, if this should be granted.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm glad that you spoke to your neighbors, because that, of course, is important. Now, I've looked at the plot plan, and it appears to me that the deck will be no closer to the Poon's property than the current
Correct.
house is. And it's although it's a covered deck, it's not an enclosed deck. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. I had explored the option of not even closing it in, but just putting screens on, and is just too cost prohibitive at that point. I think just the deck itself, like, it's a small Cape style house. I think with our newborn son, really the intention is to provide us some additional square footage without having to build a full-blown addition onto the back of our house, but just some additional square footage to, one, get some fresh air, but also to provide us some more, I'll say, play area in terms of square footage for my newborn son. So that's kind of the intention right now. We have at this point no intention of adding any incremental cost to the project, which would, i.e. closing it in and making it a full blown addition. If that's what you're implying and what you're getting at.
Well, no, I wasn't even going that far. I was going so far as to say that it's kind of it's not a heavy addition, in that it's a deck. It's a deck that has, a partial cover on it.
That's right.
So that it's not as massive as a house would be if you were extending the house out back there.
It's a fairly simple, well, I would say, well, if you ask my contractor, he'd say it's an extremely simple design. And to your question earlier, yes, to confirm, it is. It would not encroach any farther upon the Poon's property. It would be flush with the existing build.
And I imagine that you could use your grill and so forth there without having to do stairs carrying a newborn son. So that's a very good thing.
Yeah, and the other thing is, which would be one of the reasons we want to cover at least part of it, is because we don't currently have any cover before entering the house. So, we're realizing with a newborn, it's not that easy to get into that, especially when we've had a couple of these downpours. Pulling him in with a stroller, it's a little bit more stressful to get him in. It would be less stressful to get him into the house and kind of take off our coats and our boots if we had, some type of covered structure before entering the house.
Okay. Are there any people that want to be heard on this application while we are discussing it?
We have no public attendees today.
Okay, excellent. Then I'm going to close the evidentiary portion of the hearing and decide on this right now. This is a very modest request to build a deck that does not go into the setback any further than it already is. As we were just discussing, it's kind of a light kind of further, it's increasing a current nonconformity, which is a legal nonconformity. And so this would just very lightly change what the neighbors would be looking at from your house. It's not going to be any closer to their property line, and would give a good deal more of living options for this this family that has just grown into three. So I am granting your special permit on this. I'll have to write a decision on this, which Bill will file with the, once it's written, he'll file it with the town clerk. And a 20-day appeal period starts at that point. And once that appeal period is over and nobody has appealed, then you can go at that point to pull your building permit to get this this deck built. So and at that point, you would also want to file a copy of the decision with the the Registry of Deeds, so that will follow your property as a legal addition to the property, so that when you go to sell the property at some future date, there's no question that's a legal option for the new owners to continue to have.
And does that come? With the filing of the decision with the Registry of Deeds, does that come? Do we want to wait till after the 20 days?
Yes, you would need to wait until after the 20 days and get the stamped copy of that being finished with the appeal period.
Okay.
So Bill can help you with that.
Okay, perfect. And it is an administrative question, but is that 20 calendar days or business days?
You know something? I'm not sure, because I haven't had to count them. I think it's
Calendar days.
calendar days.
Calendar
Yeah.
days. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very helpful. Thanks. I'm just trying to map out next steps and so forth, so I can I'll stay close to Bill, of course, as we move through the process. But thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and congratulations on the permit, the new baby, the larger family, and enjoy your deck for many years to come.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Closing the hearing now.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks again for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay. All right, we'll talk. Thank you.
Good day, all.